humans. Deep learning techniques enables this automatic learning through the absorption of huge amounts of unstructured data as text, images, or videos. So now I will be passing it on to our trainer for today, Dr. Premlata T. You can take it.
Hi all, good evening. So,
Good evening, ma'am.
yeah, good evening. So if I hear your voice, it would be
Hi, good
really
evening.
great.
Yeah, we can hear you, ma'am. Good evening.
Yes. So let me give a brief introduction about myself first. So as she told, I'm Premalata. So I'm into this analytics field for the past 15 years. And I have worked with several domains like education, logistics, supply chain management, healthcare, retail, and e-commerce, right? So here, just today I'll give a small demo on artificial intelligence and machine learning. Because most of the people are still wondering to understand what is AI and what is ML and what skills are really required to shine in the industry, right? So just I'll give you an overview on it. So like if I get response from you, it would be really great. You can just write your responses in the window or else chat window, or else you can unmute yourself and speak. That would be really great, right? Because if it is an interacting session, it would be really great. Okay, so look into this first picture, right? So anything you could predict? So let me tell you, basically, these are the computers which were used before several years, around 70, 80 years, people were using this as the computers. So if you look into this, like the person is going near the machine and he is feeding some instructions to it, right? Now the machines will move forward, it accepts the instructions and do the work required by this human, basically, right? So if you look into this, how much big the system was. So nowadays, the world is in our hand, right? So whatever you want to check, we are taking our laptop and we are checking into it, or else we are taking our mobile phone, our tab, and we are looking into that for further details. There are some people who are still who are still hesitating to update themselves, right? So we have to update ourselves because we all know that AI is already ruling the world. But I can tell you for sure that after 3 or 4 years, AI will be existing in each and every place. So like we all know that like before 100 years or 150 years, people were using the bullock cart, right? People were using the bullock cart, right? But people initially they were all struggling to update themselves to the modern world. But now everyone is adapted to that, right? So similarly, whenever people say that AI is going to rule the world, everybody is really scared that like, okay, if AI come into picture, we are all going to lose our jobs. So it is not like that. So in this session, I'll tell you that what AI is actually, why should we know about AI? Why should we study AI? What we can study in AI, right? So this is what we are going to look into this. Wow. So look into this. What is this?
It's a cat, ma'am.
Yes, it's a cat. So it is so obvious. By looking at the picture, immediately we are able to recognize that it is a cat. How do we recognize that? From childhood, our parents trained us like these are the features of cat. Like this is how the eyes look like, this is how the nose look like, this is how the nose look like, right? And this is how the ears look like. So they taught us all the peculiar features of a cat and they trained us. Just you imagine, go back to your childhood when you were a baby, when your parents first time showed you the cat, were you able to identify that as a cat? You do not know. There is something that is not looking like you, which is looking something different, right? This is what you may know. But nowadays it is not like that, right? By looking at, so whatever kinds of cat I show you, you will be able to realize that it is a cat, right? Now this one,
A koala.
right. So how many of you are familiar with this koala? If I ask this question, very less number of people say we are not able to identify this animal, right? What are we doing nowadays? We are just taking the image and posting it in some tool, automated tool, and we are just trying to identify the name of the animal, right? This is what we are doing. We are not taking much effort to understand that, just we are taking some pictures. See, whatever it is, not only related to animals. Say there is a flag and you may not know which country's flag it is, or there may be some companies' logos. You may not know to identify which company it belongs to. So what do we do immediately? We take a picture, we upload it in an app, and then we try to recognize that particular logo, right? So this is what we are doing, right? So now say, for example, you are going to your native place and say you are looking at the bus. So just think that is nothing is written in English, right? And it is written in some other language, which really you do not know, right? So though it is your native place, sometimes what may happen is we can speak in our native language, but sometimes we may not know to read it, right? Or else you think that you went for a trip and you are looking at for the bus, you're waiting for the bus, and some names are written over the bus. You may not know it. So what do? We type it or we post it in some apps and try to understand like what it is, right? So these are all nothing but artificial intelligence. What are we doing with that? Whatever images we are not able to recognize, we are posting it in an app and we are identifying it. And whenever we do not know to read something, we are just posting it in an app, or we are using some software, right? So it is trying to identify the language, or else you can take WhatsApp as an example, right? Just you are sending some messages to your friends, right? And sometimes for funny also, we may translate it to some other languages and send it to them, right? So these all parts are done by WhatsApp. And the other thing is that whenever you type something, it is showing you some recommendations, right? Like when you write that had your, then immediately it is showing is it lunch or is it dinner or breakfast, right? So these all recommendations belong to AI. So when you look into YouTube for some songs or for particular videos which is related to education or politics or something, then it is showing you the recommendations. The recommendations are completely completely will belong to the one that actually you were looking into. Am I clear? So these all are called as AI. So can you tell me anywhere we are not AI, we are not using AI, even in Google Photos, whenever you take pictures, immediately it is getting uploaded in AI and it is asking you, it is showing you some similar faces and asking you whether it is you or whether it is the same person. It will be showing other images and ask you like whether it is you, right? By knowingly or unknowingly, we are already living into AI world. So now the thing is that how we are going to equip ourselves, right? So what is AI? AI is the ability to learn, think, and behave like humans, right? Yeah, that's what happened when I showed you the animal koala. right? So it is looking into the features and trying to identify each feature it is connecting to, and it is giving us the answer that this animal is koala, right? And then like whenever you type something in other language, it is trying to translate or it is trying to predict the next word, right? So this is being done by humans only, right? We can learn anything, we can think. At certain situations we are like thinking, okay, what step can I do further, right? So AI is the ability to learn, think, and behave like humans. So before 50 years, I can tell you that like of not only 50 years, even before 30 years, whenever people say something like AI, immediately we were connecting only to the robot, right? So that is what our understanding was, right? But it is not only the robot. There are several things which can be done by the computers. So basically, we are making the computers to understand our language. We are making the computers or machines to learn and think and behave like us. Okay, so what it is doing, it is enabling the computers and machines to mimic the perception, learning, problem solving, and decision making capabilities of the human mind. Okay, so there are some applications I have shown here. I think you are all familiar with the Siri, right? So can anyone or is anyone interested to tell me like your understanding about Siri?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So Siri is just like basically so on our phones or on any other device, if we want them to kind of open an app, for example,
Yes.
or maybe dial or maybe just call someone, we can, instead of we doing it, we can just tell this Siri to do it
Mhm.
with us, and yeah, it is done.
Yes.
So
So that is
basically, it takes a voice command.
yeah, exactly, right? So how nice it is, right? So have we ever imagined it before a few years, right? So Siri is nothing but speech interpretation and recognition interface, right? Very good. So you understand what Siri does, right? So now anyone else, can you tell me like Netflix? So how is it related to AI?
Yeah, in my experience, it
Mhm.
throws up your favorite shows or the kind of shows you are watching for last few months. It reads it and then gives you suggestions.
Exactly, brilliant. So this is basically about the recommendation systems, right? So when we talk about AI, ML, artificial intelligence and machine learning, there is a separate field for recommendation systems. So YouTube recommendations or Netflix recommendations are something like that. Like it is taking your data, not only your data, completely the user's data, and it is say for example you take a movie A or movie X, then it is identifying the genre of the movie, right? So based upon that it will be showing you the recommendations. It could be item based recommendation or user based recommendation. So what is meant by item based recommendation? Say for example, if you are giving importance only to thriller movie or else the romance based movies, then every time it will be showing recommendations similar to that. When you change your genre in the middle, then again it starts to show recommendations based on that also, right? This is item based recommendation. User based recommendation means there could be similar users like you, like whatever they have seen, it will be showing that also as recommendations. Say for example, like whenever you try to purchase some items from companies like Flipkart or Amazon, it will be showing you the recommendation like people who have bought this also have bought this, right? So this is basically like user based recommendation. So it is identifying the similar users like you, and then it is showing you the recommendations, right? The next one, what car picture? So what it could be related to AI? Okay, so let me give you a hint now. Tesla. Anyone? Right. So it is about driverless cars, right? So definitely it is going to come soon, maybe around 7 to 8 years, right? This is what being expected, right? So driverless cars, in the sense, it's studying. So basically, it uses the concept of computer vision. So it will try to identify. We call several terms like semantic segmentation and all. Like it will identify the different objects on the road, and based upon that it will identify whether there are any obstacles or if there are any other vehicles in the front. Accordingly it will move. So it's really an interesting domain to work with. This one.
It's Alexa, right?
Exactly. So what does this do?
It's the same thing. It's again like a voice.
Exactly. Right. So this is clear to you. So these are some applications of AI, right? So always people have confusions between artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. So let me give you some idea about it. Like in case if you want to know about artificial intelligence, the basically you should have excellent knowledge in machine learning. So whenever we talk about artificial intelligence, it is the engineering of making intelligent machines and programs. What is machine learning? Say we have some data, right? Based upon that data, if we are doing something, it is actually like AI is a big umbrella. Under that, everything is being placed like machine learning or deep learning or NLP. So I will tell you everything shortly, right? At least you will be getting a wider idea about all these domains now, right? So machine learning is in the sense like it is not completely like a program. If anybody thinks that machine learning is a kind of program, it is not the truth, right? So it will learn without any program. Actually, like there are some codes. Actually, we use some codes from Python codes actually we use, but still here it will try to learn without being explicitly programmed. Okay, but here AI, I told you already, right? So voice, or it can deal with images, it can deal with text. So basically what we say is like machine learning means it deals with structured data. Structured data means it could be in the form of Excel or CSV file, but this is nothing like that. Say whenever you purchase something, you immediately write a feedback to the company that this is not really good, we are not happy. How many people write positive comments? We can't say, but whenever there are negative comments, we used to write it, right? So those are all unstructured because there is no proper structure for that. Whatever you feel, you write it. Whatever you think, you write it. Whatever is your observation about the product, you will do that, right? So that is artificial intelligence. So we deal with unstructured. That's why like voice based or image based. So it could be audio based, or it could be video based, it could be image based, it could be text based, right? So these are all really, this is really exciting field. And like a machine learning in the sense, it is about the data. We need the previous data. Based upon the data, we come up with insights, right? So deep learning in the sense, it is completely related to a neural network. A neural network in the sense like we all know that how our brain works, right? So what will happen? You may look at something and that information is passed to your brain and the neurons start functioning and it will try to interpret, right? Similar to that, our brain works over there. So similar to that, the neural network works, right? So when we talk about machine learning, actually we will be studying about supervised and unsupervised, but there are actually four: supervised, unsupervised, reinforcement, semi-supervised learning, right? So let me tell you, okay, we will come to the types of machine learning. Now look into this. This is what actually we study under machine learning. If we look under this machine learning, the first one will be supervised learning, right? So this is what we will study there. Under supervised learning, we will study regression as well as classification, right? Regression as well as classification. And unsupervised learning, under that we will study about dimensionality reduction and also the clustering. And the reinforcement learning we do about game AI, skill acquisition, learning task, robot navigation, real-time decisions and all. Right. So we will try to understand what machine learning is basically. So if you look into this, immediately you could recognize what this is and what this is, right? So immediately you can recognize what this is, right? How do you recognize that? As I told you, we are already familiar with the features of all the animals or the vegetables or the fruits, right? So whatever you are already familiar with, whatever you are already trained with, immediately you could recognize that this is a duck, this is a cat, right? So immediately you are looking into that. How do you recognize that? By looking at the features. So similar to that, supervised learning means there will be several columns. So whenever we talk about data, it may have several rows as well as columns, right? So when we have several rows and columns, from the columns and rows, it will try to identify what it is, and based upon that this supervised learning works, right? So under that, I can tell you a few examples so that I'll ask you questions also. Let me see who is going to answer that, right? Okay. So what did I say about supervised learning? By looking at the features, you will predict the output, right? So this is called as supervised learning. So under supervised learning, there are two. One is about regression and the second one is classification. So whenever we see about output, if the output is a number, then it is regression. If the output is a category, then it is a classification. If the output is a category, it is a classification. So here, what are you identifying? We are identifying that it is a duck or a cat, right? So it is a classification task because the output is a category, right? So let me ask you a question. So I have a data set. Please listen to the question. Let me see who is answering. So I have a data set. I have features like the number of bedrooms in a house, number of kitchens in the house, and the square feet of the house, and the direction of the house, and also like the amenities of the house. Based upon that, I'm trying to predict the price of the house. Is it a regression task or classification task? Can you answer the question? My question is clear, right? So we have certain features like number of bedrooms, number of kitchens, or lots and lots of feature, and I am trying to predict the price of the house. So price of the house in the sense, is it a number or a category? So is it a regression or classification task?
Should be classification.
Why do you think it is classification? I'm trying to predict the price of a house, right? So price in the sense, is it going to be a number or it is going to be a category? So price is going to be like 17 lakhs or 20 lakhs or something, right?
Right.
So whenever we say number, is it a regression task or classification task?
Number is a regression task.
Yes, exactly, right? So it is a regression task. Okay, so let me ask you a few more questions now. So I have certain features, and based upon that, I'm trying to predict whether the person is diabetic or not. So I'm predicting whether the person is diabetic or non-diabetic. So in this case, is it classification or regression?
This is classification.
Exactly, right? So based upon the height and weight, I'm trying to predict the BMI of a person. Is it a regression or classification?
Regression.
Regression, right? So I have past 10 years data. Based upon that, I'm trying to predict the revenue for the next year.
That's regression.
Regression. I have some data. Based upon that, I'm trying to predict whether the person is cancerous or not.
Classification.
I have certain features. Based upon that, I'm trying to predict the miles per gallon, MPG. So MPG is basically a number. So is it a regression or classification?
Regression.
Clear with that, right? So
Yeah.
basically, this is the first step in the project. Whatever we do, we try to identify whether it is a supervised learning or unsupervised learning. Then once we know that it is supervised learning, then we will try to figure out whether it is a regression problem or a classification problem. If the output is a number, we call it as a regression problem. If the output is a category, then we call it as a classification problem, right? So now look at this. It is an example for unsupervised learning. So it's very simple. Say I have a basket of fruits, okay? So in this basket of fruits, what I'm looking is whatever fruits are looking similar, I'm making it into several clusters. I'm not going to name it. Please understand the difference between supervised and unsupervised. I'm not naming it. I'm looking into it. Okay, it's yellow in color and this is little lengthy and okay, these look similar, right? So I'm making into one group and looking at the similar fruit, I'm making into another group, another group, right? So here I'm not actually, my goal is not identifying the name of the fruit. What I'm trying to do, by looking at the features, by looking at the similarity, I'm making it into several clusters or several groups. This is called as unsupervised learning. Say for example, if I take this and if I call this as banana, if I call this as grapes, if I call this as apple, if I call this as orange, then it becomes supervised learning. But here I am not going to call it. Basically, there is no output. Instead of that, what we will do? We will just write it as group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. This is called as unsupervised learning. So if I call these as banana, grapes, apple, and orange, what is this called as? What kind of problem it is?
It's supervised learning.
Supervised learning, regression or classification?
If you are naming it, then it is basically regression.
Regression means I said output is a number, right?
This will be classification.
Classification, clear, right? Are you clear with that now?
Yeah.
Regression means it is a number, but here I'm not finding the number, just I'm naming it as banana, grapes, or apple and oranges, right? But instead of that, if I write it as group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, then it is unsupervised learning. Are you clear with supervised, regression, classification, unsupervised learning, all these 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. This is very clear. In fact,
Yeah.
the diagram makes it more understandable.
Exactly. But at the point, what you have to remember is, like, in case if you label it as, in case you are making the machine to understand that if this is the color and the size, then it is orange, then it will change itself into a supervised learning problem. Hope it is clear to you. So,
Yes.
Right.
Perfect. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
right. So that's about supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Like the training data include inputs and labels in supervised learning. In unsupervised learning, we draw inferences from the data which does not have labels, right? Reinforcement learning means it's a goal-oriented learning based on interaction with the environment. So actually our goal is to understand the differences between supervised and unsupervised. So hope this is clear to you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Right, right. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
Um, so once again, going back to the regression question. So it's basically every time you are looking for a number, then it's a regression problem. Otherwise, no.
Exactly. Otherwise, it is a, see, it's very simple. See, I'm saying like I have height feature, I have weight feature. I'm trying to predict the BMI now, right? So when we talk about BMI, it is going to be in the number. So what we have to do, we have to look at the output column, the target column. If the output column is a number, then it is a regression. Right? Clear with that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you all. Hope you all enjoyed the session.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. It was
Yes, thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Great insight. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, sure.
So everyone, I really hope you all enjoyed this demo session. And if you want to learn more about the topics, then it would be great if you all would enroll for the course. It is going to be an online training course. You will get the final details. I will let you all know. So yes, please
Yeah, it
enroll.
is active. There is the balance of 240 rupees in the account. Okay.
Thank you so much everyone for
No
attending.
issues, sir. I just want